Hi folks, welcome to Disability Landscape again. My name is Mark Knutson, and we have a special edition once again. We have we have a musical edition, and I want to introduce you to the musical artist, Kyle Anderson.
We all got a story, we all got a stain. Why y'all ignoring when we all got pain? We all got blood, we all got love, we all got skin, we all got a chin to keep up.
So I'ma speak up for the people you don't listen to. Listen, dude, what is it you're trying to prove? Think you're better than me? Nah, you better at this, while I'm better at that. What? Got a problem with facts? I can tell by the way you react. No one can be better than you, but that just isn't true. It's always someone better, doesn't matter if they cripple or simple. Just sit down, be humble, cause we all fumble from time to time, from rhyme to rhyme. I'm on my grind.
We all got a story, we all got a stain.
Yeah.
Why y'all ignoring when we all got pain? We all got blood, we all got love, we all got skin, we all got a chin to keep up.
And I kinda find it funny how you're running, running, sunny. Nobody you're thinking that you're cunning, but you're not. Stick together like birds in the V. Forget about the birds and the bees for a second, cause I ain't just about sex. Why you looking so perplexed? There's more to life. People say that the people be, but as soon as they see me, they move the kids out the way, like I'm a monster in the day. Yeah, I don't want your pity, I want change. So let's rearrange the way we thinking. Let that sink in. Yeah, cause sure I'm in a chair, but life ain't fair. This ain't this, that ain't that. That's just facts, can't change that. We can change the way we look at it, dawg.
We all got a story, we all got a stain.
Yeah, yeah.
Why y'all ignoring when we all got pain?
But we all got
We
pain.
all got blood, we all got love.
Yeah, we all got
We all
love. Yeah.
got skin, we all got a chin to keep up.
The more you understand, the less you care that people can't stand. The less you can't stand, unless you fake. That's bland. And I really think you need a hand. Let me explain. Ain't here to entertain, here to educate, not fabricate the truth. All while raising the roof, speaking to the able and the disabled. You deaf, still got a voice. You mute, still got a voice. Mention mental illness, now you're feeling distant. Wait, why is this? Wait, why is this?
We all got a story, we all got a stain.
Y'all gotta
Why y'all ignoring
Yeah.
when we all got pain?
We all got our own
We all got blood, we all got love, we all got skin, we all got a chin to keep up.
He got a voice, she got a voice, I got a voice, we all got a voice. It's a choice just to hear noise. It's a choice to hear the voices. Listen. 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 Listen.
Hi folks, welcome back to Disability Landscape, and joining me, helping me with the interview today is someone you've seen in the past on Disability Channel Minnesota. He was one of our performers on our previous show. I'd like to introduce you to Thabiso Rowan. Welcome, Thabiso. And you will be covering kind of the musical scene for us, correct?
Yeah, I'm happy to be joining and coming here to kind of advocate and
Yeah.
present some of the different musicians and the musical scene a bit.
Yeah.
And what that looks like for us folks with disabilities.
What have you been up to lately? Anything? I mean, we got the COVID, so it's
Yeah,
pretty quiet.
yeah,
but-
it's been an interesting time for our city right now. Everything going on with Dante Wright and things like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's there's some darkness looming, but we have a beautiful man here today to join us and help shed some of his light and his beautiful music that he's sharing with us. So, and myself, I've been, keeping busy, playing music, still playing my banjo.
All right, there you go. So why don't you introduce our guest, I should say.
Perfect. So like Mark said, I'm Thabiso Rowan, and today with us we have Kyle Anderson. And we're going to be hearing and getting some information about his life and his wisdom and what inspires him.
Yeah, so
good to be here with you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me on.
Right. I guess we should. People have seen the music that you performed right before the interview and that, and just kind of curious of how you got into that into music. And that kind of music, a little bit about that.
Okay. So I started writing music when I was in high school. It wasn't too much. I mean, I just writing down lyrics and looking up beats and rapping over them pretty much. But in college, I started to collaborate with different people, and then I decided to go into audio engineering, and met one of my good buddies there, Lucky, and we started recording music together, and that's when it all started really picking up. So
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Kyle, being a person with a disability diagnosis, I guess one of my first questions is, how long have you been carrying around your disability with you?
So I was in a car accident when I was 2 years old, and I was paralyzed from mid-chest down. So I don't really remember what it was like to be able to walk, and I'm actually very thankful for that, because as we all know, it's really hard if you remember what it's like to be able to walk. Yeah, so I'm actually very thankful it happened at a young age, so I don't remember what it was like. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you for sharing that. And for me, my disability is it's a way of life for me now. I had my disability later in life, but it's a way of life, and I've come to appreciate that, and it makes me unique, and it definitely is embodied in the fiber of all of my music and my art. Would you say that your disability impacts your music at all, or how does it connect you to your music, or is it connected in some way?
Yeah, I would say it kind of, in a way, it helps me stand out. Excuse the pun. But that's kind of a thing in a lot of my music too, as I use, because a lot of people can't do that because they're not having a disability. So it's something that I can put into my music that is different. It's kind of adds that new element to the music that not a lot of people have. So I definitely use it to my advantage.
So where did you go to school then?
I went to Hennepin Tech for audio engineering.
Okay, for the audio engineer.
Yep.
And then that's what you're currently.
Yep.
doing.
So I do a lot of recording and stuff too, and that's helped a lot with my music as well.
Okay, and then
Yep.
do you do you work with other artists and help them with the audio engineering side of it then?
Yeah. So I do a lot of recording of other artists. Sometimes I collaborate with them, but most of the time I'm just trying to help them get their music out and helping them with that aspect.
Okay.
Yep.
And do you have you always been into rap and things like that, or was there kind of a turning point for you?
Yeah, I always listened to a lot of hip hop / rap music, and I was like, I couldn't sing real well, so I was like, rapping, it's a lot of rhythm, and so I was like, I feel like I can get more into the rhythm side, and and I've worked on my voice a little bit to sound better on choruses and whatnot when I'm trying to sing, and so I think it helped a lot too. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now for you, do you primarily just do singing because Thabiso plays the banjo, and you also sing. We haven't had you singing yet, but we're gonna get you to sing one day here. But for you though, is it basically singing? Do you play any instruments then?
I grew up. I experimented a lot with instruments, and I never really got into a lot of them. But piano for sure has helped a lot with beat making and all that kind of stuff, considering I have a keyboard that I can just pretty much play whatever instrument I want from it using the computer and stuff. So,
okay.
so that helped a lot.
The
Yeah.
keyboard, that is the instrument that,
Yeah,
if you're going to play something, it's going to be the keyboard, which I would assume works best for your disability and that.
Yeah, and I'm not great by any means, but it's helped me at least. So
A lot more than I could do.
And Kyle, being a sound man, do you? So you have the keyboard. Do you produce a lot of your own music then? In that case, and do you make your own beats and things of that sort?
So my buddy Lucky, he has helped me quite a bit with the music production side of my own music. It's very hard to record yourself because you're so critical of your own voice and like everything. You just nitpick it. So I was like, I did that before, like in high school and college, and I was like, I can't get it to sound how I want it to sound, and he's really helped it elevate to that next level. And I was like, it's helped a lot with having somebody else record me, but that's why I'm trying to help other artists record too, because lots of times you just don't want to record yourself. So it kind of helps bring out a different aspect of them that helps with their music. So.
Yeah, because, I mean, even for me, I have a hard time watching the interviews, and when you listen to yourself, no matter if it's just audio or video, you're like, oh man, is that how I really sound? So, but now putting more of your producing hat on, that's what I'm kind of curious about. What is involved? Because you hear them say this person produced this song or this album. What's involved in doing the producing? I assume you're behind the big keyboard thing or something. But go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more than people would think. I mean, there's a lot that goes into vocal production with like editing voices. So like, there's a lot of really harsh like frequencies that our ears don't like to hear. So like, editing that so it sounds more pleasurable to your ear, and just
editing the voice itself, not even doing anything yet to the music, correct?
Yeah, not even doing anything with the music really, just editing the voices a lot, like, and getting it to sound how the artist wants it to sound. Because I mean, there's a lot of auto-tuned artists out there that are just like that's what they're going for though, is very auto-tuned sound. So like, you want to know what are they going for, like what's their vision for this song, and so helping them fulfill that vision it's very fulfilling to like help get what they want out to share with the world. So yeah.
Okay.
Kyle, feel free to answer this in any way, but what does music mean so much to me, but for you, what does music mean to you?
That's a very good question. Music is very it's very expressive. I like that I'm able to express myself and share a little bit more of my story with people that, I don't know, sharing my story a lot. It like helps that I have songs out there that share little bits and pieces of my story without having to tell it straight out. I can just, like, it's in the music and you can kind of hear it throughout the songs that I write sometimes. And I like to write from experiences or parts of my own life and things that I've experienced. So it's a good vent for me to be able to share. So
okay, yeah. And the one thing that I'm curious about too is, as people will see after this interview, we're going to be doing another song of yours. You're showing your video.
Yeah.
I mean, what's all the work how long did it take to shoot that, and just the effort that's all involved in that? Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, so I had another friend, his name is Charlie, and he does a lot of video editing and whatnot, and he reached out to me after he heard the song and was like, I'd really love to help you with a music video if you're willing. I was like,
Yeah.
that'd be sick. And I was
let me think about it. Okay.
Yeah. Or actually, I take that back. He had reached out to me previously and asked if I had any songs that I would want to do? And I was like, oh yeah, I'll let you know when I have something. And so I had sent him that song, and he was like, I really like the song. Let's do something. And so then we kind of came up with the vision for the music video, and we shot for a couple days, and then there's a child in the music video who is supposed to play a younger me, and so he shot a couple days with him as well.
Okay.
And then it was a good couple months of editing, and so yeah, he got it all together, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. But
yeah, it's as people will see after at the end of the show here. Yeah, they'll see that. And I mean, shooting wise, just for shooting your portion of it, what was it, a day, couple days, or?
Yeah, so the first bit, it was quite the experience, because it was I'm in the middle of a street in like this town, and so we're like, how can we get this done? And so
Yeah.
I was like, well, and he told me, he's like, well, we could do it at like 4 a.m. before people get up. And so I was like, all right, I'm not a morning person, but I was like, all right, I mean,
But yeah,
I'll do it for the shot, you know?
right, yeah,
and,
do it for the art.
yeah. So I got up, and we were out at 4 a.m. and shooting, and then we shot that morning probably till 9 or 10 in the morning.
Did you really?
Yeah, so it was a good 5-6 hours of shooting, and then I came back for one other day, and yeah, I mean, it was a lot of shooting in a small period of time, but it's kind of how you have to do it from
Right.
how I've heard, because days change, you know, the weather and everything, so it would look different.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And I like to think that, you know, I was gifted my disability, and it's helped me realize my gifts and my superpowers that I get to share with the world. Have you always been into music, or were you into music when you were younger? Did it come later in life?
Music kind of came later for me. It was like probably my teen years where I really started listening to music a lot and listening to different artists, and I was like, you know, I'm kind of into this, you know. I kind of would like to do something with music when I grow up, and then I was like, well, what kind of sets me apart from, because a lot of music does blend together now, and I was like, well, you know, I have a disability, and a lot of people see that as a shortcoming or whatever you want to call it, but I'm like, you know, they don't have it though, so they can't use it. I'm going to. So I'm like, you know, I like to use it to my advantage where I can, and yeah.
Now, I know, Thabiso, you mentioned just trying to find stage. Where have you performed? Because just stages themselves are usually the first problem. Besides the butterflies you have. Where have you performed then?
So I performed at the garage in Burnsville.
Okay.
And I performed at like my old school, Crown College.
Okay.
They had me there to perform, and getting on stages is definitely a task, but thankfully I have good friends that are available to lift me up there and help me up, you know. So
Have you been in that situation where?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
you know, not just for the stages and things like that, yeah, but music or my friends are always lifting me up and carrying me around to get into places, which is a gift. It's good to have friends like that. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would assume right now with COVID, hasn't been any performance. I do comedy, stand-up comedy. I haven't. In fact, in a couple weeks now, I'll go back and start doing it, and it's like I gotta start remembering all my. So it's but the stages that is just a real pain in that. So we're down to about just under a couple minutes. You got a question you want to ask?
Yeah, well, not so much a question I have. I just want to see if there's any young artists with disabilities out there, musicians or artists. Do you have any advice that you would give?
Just get out there. I mean, recording something on your phone, getting something out there it really helps, and reaching out to people, trying to collaborate with people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So this the video that we're going to be seeing in about a minute here.
Yeah.
What's the name of the song then?
The song is called "Take Me Back." I wrote it like 3-4 years ago. I was in a darker space in my life, so it was kind of it was like take me back to the like simpler days,
Right,
you know?
right,
And
yeah.
So yeah, that was
Okay,
cool.
cool. Well, great. Thanks for coming in and interviewing and also performing for us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thabiso, thank you for coming in. We'll see more of you, and down the line, I'm sure we'll see more of Kyle. So for Mark Knutson here and Disability Landscape, this is going to be a wrap, but hold on because Kyle will be his video will be performing the song
Take Me Back.
Take Me Back. Thank you, everyone.
Can we go back to the days when I was in the basement, when writing was my home? Take me back, take me back.
Take me back to the days when I didn't have to say this. Everybody hating and waiting, but that ain't what they're saying. They're saying that they love it, they're saying that they run it, but they don't. Wish I didn't care, but I do. Mom, send me back to my room. I just wanna be alone and record what I'm thinking. Maybe even try singing. Don't do this for you, I do this for me. This my therapy. What do I feel like, Nate? Don't even know my fate. How do I navigate and accelerate at the same time? I just wanna rewind and go back to the days when I didn't care where I was going, I just rode the wave. Now it feels like I'm being chased, but running in my thing, I just roll with the punches. Tired of your assumptions, don't know what to do with dysfunction. All about construction, if I don't build you up, then shut me down. But life is getting hard with these people talking down on me. Feels like they're surrounding me. Get back like you have the flu. Sure, I'ma do what I gotta do. I'ma take my shot, cause I don't got a choice if I want people to hear my voice. Yeah, otherwise take me back to the days. Take me back to the headspace.
Can we go back to the days when I was in the basement, when writing was my home? Take me back, take me back,
Take me back, take me back. Take me back to the days when I didn't care about the place. I cared about playing, saying things that I felt pain. Didn't care if you didn't know my name. Didn't care about the fame. Brain would go insane. Felt like a hurricane. Just the rain always felt better than the pain. Now I try to abstain from profanity, but the battle ain't pretty. Dilly popping pills all around me. Mentally, physically, not thinking sensibly. Need to escape this misery. Sensory overload makes me really wanna fold. Yeah, really wanna fold, but I cannot do it. I can't do it. Cannot do it. I can't do it. Sometimes I feel so lame in my brain, but I know it's my calling. Why does it feel like I'm falling? Take me back to the basement, find a replacement. Cause the artists I see feel like they got the key out of my league, and I hit my peak. How am I supposed to compete with the elite? That's a major feat, cannot retreat. But I'm like,
can we go back to the days when I was in the basement, when writing was my home? Take me back, take me back, take me back,
take me back, take me back.
take me back.
Take me back now, take me back now, take me back now. Take me back now. Take me back.